So welcome back to another episode, and today I thought I'd give my impressions on Splatoon 2. I've been playing it all weekend and I really want to talk about it. And to talk about this one, I had to talk about my experiences with the first Splatoon. I really didn't know what to think of the first Splatoon. I saw the characters and I'm like, these characters look really weird, it looks really cartoony. I don't really know if I'm sold on this type of game. And I was really judging a book by its cover. And then I went over to my cousin's house, my little cousin's house, and they were playing the game and they were showing me how the game played. And I was checking it out and I was like, look at how enthusiastic they are about this. And oh, there's some really cool gameplay features. And I was really kind of digging it. And then they gave me the Wii U controller at the time. And I was moving it up and down and controlling where I was aiming. And I was getting so confused. And I was like, I don't know if I can play this game. And I didn't change obviously the controls there or anything like that. So I just had to that was my first impressions of Splatoon 1. It was kind of a mixed bag for me. I walked away from the experience kind of confused. Where I got Splatoon 2 here last week, and I started to play it, and it was the same kind of controls where, you know, you're moving your cursor around on the screen, and I was like, no. And I went into the controls, and I turned all that off, and then I was controlling it like a regular video game, and it felt good. I was like, okay, good. I can control this game. And then for me, this is a brand new experience. I've never played Splatoon. I've never played this kind of game before. What did I think? It's pretty cool. It's not bad. You start off in a hub world, Inkopolis, and you can walk around and you can do a whole bunch of different things right to begin with. You can go and do the single player mode. You can go do the multiplayer mode. You can go and buy items, but you have to be certain levels to buy those items. So I couldn't do that to begin with. So I jumped into multiplayer mode, and I'll just start with that to begin with. I've never played multiplayer in Splatoon. I have so many friends I've talked to since that have said how addicted they got to the first Splatoon, and I can appreciate that. I started playing this game, and I was awful at this game. I was like, I'm terrible at this, because everybody's like a seasoned veteran I'm playing against. They played Splatoon 1 so much, and I'm going in there as a complete Splatoon noob, and I realized that, you know, you start off in the multiplayer mode, and you have to cover the level with as much ink as possible. That almost sounds kind of phallically terrible in a way, but that's what you have to do. And so you start off with your team and you're just blasting ink everywhere, and the other team is doing that as they're trying to kill you, and you have many different weapons that you can pick, you know, that you actually will get as you level up, and you can go and buy and then bring them into the online mode. So it's just insanity. But here's what I want to say. I got addicted to playing online. I was there playing for like 6 hours at a time, and it's just like another match. And even my wife came in the room. She's like, holy cow, why are you playing this so much? I'm like, I can't stop. I don't even know how to explain it. There's an addictive quality to the online game. It's a very colorful, fluid experience, no pun intended. And the one thing that I really want to say is, it's strange, and maybe people have made this comparison. I've never seen anybody else's Splatoon videos or reviews or anything like that. I never even really read about Splatoon too much. It really reminds me of Mario Sunshine. It just has that experience, you know, where you're just spraying water everywhere, but it's ink now, and the experience is very much the same. And as much as all the experiences I enjoyed in Mario Sunshine the first time, I'm enjoying in Splatoon that fluid kind of control, and that's what I have to say. The controls are fantastic. I'm always in control. When I die, it's my own damn fault, because I went round a corner and somebody steamrolled over me with a bunch of ink, and I loved it. I really had a fun time in multiplayer. I played many matches. I kind of gradually got better, but I will not say that I'm any good in the online game. Not at all. What are some of the other modes that I played? The one-player mode. That's always the mode in any game that I really judge the game by. You know, like, I don't really buy games just to play online, per se. I always want to have a single-player experience and see how that is. Splatoon 2 has a great single-player experience. From the hub world, I was like, where is this single-player mode? And I just jumped down a grate, and all of a sudden, I'm in the first area. And within that first area, there's a few other mini levels that you have to complete. You need to get Zappa Fish. And once you do that, that allows you to get into the next area, and then the next area, and so on and so on. I really enjoyed the single player mode. Here's another comparison to Mario again. When you are going through it, when you finish a certain point of a level, it'll blast you to the next part, and that totally reminded me of Mario Galaxy. It really reminded me of that. And there's a lot to do in here. There's a lot of different enemies to take on, a lot of really great boss encounters, and I didn't know that Splatoon 2 would have incredible boss encounters, and it did. So that was a bit of a surprise. I'm going through the level, doing platforming, blasting ink on enemies and destroying things, unlocking certain things. A lot of different types of puzzle elements within these levels that get more increasingly difficult as you go on. But man, some of the boss encounters, I was having such a blast, no pun intended once again, I was having a real lot of fun with this game. And I must admit, boy, does the difficulty start to spike in some of the later levels. Some of the levels I was screaming on, I was going, oh my god, I can't freaking handle this. And I was doing some levels over and over again. But I appreciate that because the difficulty spikes, but the more you play at it, the better at it you get. And as you're playing, you're collecting eggs, and you can use these eggs to enhance your weapons and your items as well. So do I have anything negative to say about Splatoon 2? I have a couple of gripes. They're not huge gripes, but here it is. Some of the music is absolutely awesome, and some of the music is not. And I think they use some tracks over and over and over again, and they start to grate on you. And I know that happens when my wife says to me, oh my god, if I hear this song anymore, I'm gonna kill somebody. Because sometimes in the multiplayer modes, the music is the same over and over and over and over again. But it's a small gripe to complain about. Like, honestly, some tracks are so good that I was like, when I was playing the game, I was like, I want to hear this song outside of the game. I want to have it on my MP3 player and just listen to it because it was that good. So that's a small gripe. Overall, I like this game a lot. The graphics are very much like the first game. Even I have seen trailers of the first game. I played the first game. It pretty much has that same graphical feel. So I think if you like the graphical feel of the first game, you're going to feel very at home with this one because it's pretty much exactly the same. But I've enjoyed this game a lot. I really can't stress enough the addictiveness on the multiplayer mode. And the one-player mode is very strong, a lot of fun. Just going down guardrails, blasting balloons in the air. Very addictive stuff. Don't let the deceptive look of Splatoon turn you off. And it did for me initially with the very first game. I was like, oh, these inklings and squids and colors. It's just like, this doesn't look like my type of game. I'm a mature, hardcore gamer that needs a realistic look for my games. And that's the one thing that I'll say with Nintendo. Some of their games are very deceptive looking. ARMS, great example. I was like, I don't think I like ARMS. I loved ARMS. Splatoon, oh, look at these characters. I don't know. I loved it. I really have enjoyed it. If I'm going to give this game a score, and I have to do that right now, I'll do that. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very solid game. I really had a lot of fun there, and my time with the game is completely not over. I'm going to be playing a lot now with my friends, local play, and I'm looking really extremely forward to that. So anyways, guys, until next time.